On Friday, we heard that Cyrus Delgamy is being considered as a new Watcher for the Wild. Well, May certainly thinks he's got the passion for it, but there's a lot that'll have to happen before our hero's done, dusted, and off studying the magical animals of the South. Ready to break down another episode? It's time for TABTA, right after a message to our Heroes of Edara. Hey there, this is Colin, creator of the 7th Valkyrie. If you're hearing this, it means you're listening to the public version of TABTA. And I really appreciate that. It keeps the algorithm happy. It keeps us growing. But if you want to get a little fun personal message every week with behind-the-scenes stories, funny little bits, other insight into the creative process, you can hop over to our Patreon and become a Hero of Edara. You'll support the series, you can shape the future of the 7th Valkyrie, and find a whole lot of fun bonus content along the way. You can get started completely for free, and then if you decide you want to chip in and get bonus content, early access, and a whole lot more and help us along the path of heroes towards a whole lot of cool checkpoints, then you can do that. It's patreon.com/7th Valkyrie, that's 7THVALKYRIE, and give it a look. With that, on into the show. Hello everybody, and welcome to another edition of TABTA, the adventure behind the adventure for the 7th Valkyrie, where we get to see all the twists and turns on the road from total obscurity to maybe 7 seasons in a movie. Or maybe we all just discover the power of friendship along the way. Hi, I'm your host, founder, creator, voice, currently, of the 7th Valkyrie, and I am stoked to share with you guys another edition of TABTA. We're breaking it down. We're adding more dimensions to this. We're going to start out, and I wanted to try breaking it into 2 segments. So we're going to call them inside the episode and outside the episode. First, we talked about Watchers for the Wild Part 4, our first 4-part episode, because the original raw audio is an hour and 6 minutes. Just an epic chapter. We had a lot to cover. We see that May is wearing the scar. In Part 4, we see that May is wearing the scars of her battle with BC. Meanwhile, Cyrus is also wearing the scars of the battle, but they are much more internal after his confrontation with May, and after May had to basically choke him and strain it unconscious so that they would stop resonating and their power would let them escape from the city. And this is just the latest in the long line of really rough moments for our boy Cyrus, and I think we finally, as an audience, get a little bit of catharsis alongside of him. For this guy who is finally really sick and tired of being beaten up and sick and tired. Because, I mean, come on, wouldn't you? Like, you have no idea why you're here in this world. People are dying left and right, including people who really care about you. You're getting attacked, nearly killed, maybe fully killed at one point at the end of Season 0. I mean, come on, guys. Cyrus has had a really rough run of it, and you can just feel every drop of that. And that's something that I really try to take care of, is even with, like, the roughest, toughest characters that I put out there. I think the best adventures are the ones where real people are encountering larger than life situations, and for all of that's happening, Cyrus, above everybody else, is maybe the most, sort of untrained to this rough, violent world that he's stumbled into. He's got real feelings, and he needed a real moment to finally share how he's feeling, because he's just been bounced around like a little ping pong ball to people. And so he has to come clean to May, and he gets to feel all these feelings. It's powerful. And getting to act him in this scene, talking about inside, a little bit behind the curtain, it was really intense. I did get a comment from the security guard. He sits right outside my window, 2 stories below me on the ground floor. And sometimes when I'm getting really into a scene or like really pouring it on, I'll hear him like I'll come out after go grab my cat, and he's like, "Oye, todo bien?" And it's like, yeah, all right, it's all good. Just because it's kind of an inside joke now, but every once in a while, like, I'll really be laying it in, and he's just like, "Hey, everything okay? I get to see the first edition of 7th Valkyrie before it even, the raw version as you're recording it." So I guess hire that guy if you want to know even more about the behind the scenes process. Speaking of behind the scenes, let's get into our next segment outside the episode. This is where we're going to be talking about production diary, life updates, news, everything about the series that doesn't happen within the walls of the 7th Valkyrie. And the big news here for this month, or for this week, is the launch of our Path of Heroes. That is the list of all the checkpoints I'm going to give, and all the new pieces of bonus content, all the stretch goals that we have as this community continues to grow. And I wanted to open up that journey to you guys intentionally and lay out the checkpoints so we're all working on them together. And if you'll notice, in between, all of them are called, there's half of them are called Hero's Choice. And the idea is I've got all these ideas, and we don't even have to do all of them, especially if people wanted to vote for, changes or changing up the order, and we'll figure out how that works with, the time and the money. But I wanted to let you guys shape how the outside of the story comes together and how the story itself comes together. We're talking about stretch goals like a full voice cast, like bringing in, some top-tier writers to collaborate with, bringing in, little guest writers to write little spin-offs and stuff. There's all sorts of ways that we can take this, and it's up to you guys and this growing community to really decide how that happens. So I see a really great vision here. I dreamed about this as being an epic, world-changing franchise from the very beginning, and I can't do it without you guys, which is what I say in the new trailer that went out recently. Put that together and really stoked about it. If you get a chance to check out our YouTube or it's on the podcast feed, but with the visuals, it's even better. But yeah, this is, and I'll keep you guys posted and keep it real with you guys on how we're moving along the path of Heroes. I'm putting my money where my mouth is. We're working on getting this in front of people, helping people discover it, and continuing to make the show. So tell a friend. If you haven't had a chance to check out our Patreon, take a look, leave me a comment. Like, this show exists to tell a story, and the road that we are walking together is how you guys and I can help shape that story. So if you have a moment, take a look, check us out on Patreon, and in the meantime, have a great one, guys. Take it easy. Have a great week.